So this listener says there should be a drinking game. When I edit, I cut them out for the YouTube. It's such an annoying thing that I say every time.
Oh, what this listener says?
Yeah, but I feel like it's an essential for like breaking up the emails.
Yeah, well, it perks up my thing because when you're scrolling on your phone, I tend to like daydream and I forget that we're recording. So
Oh,
I'm just like la da 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 da. So when you say that, I'm all of a sudden back in the room.
I'm just gonna start just saying random things then, just to see if it brings you back. That's how it goes. A video is going around the community of me wanking off on webcam. I got catfished and they wanted to scam and blackmail me. I refused, so they did it anyway. So my mum, nan, granddad, and all the relatives you can imagine have seen me wanking off on video. What the fuck can I do? I have replied to this just to let people think. Like sometimes I think people are like, "Has he really just waited 2 weeks to reply to?" I do. If they seem more important than to wait, I do reply
Yeah,
like with an answer.
yeah.
Catfishing, man. Like when he says catfish, I don't know if he meant like I was talking to a woman and she just turned around trying to blackmail me, or is it because it's a webcam, right? Like he wouldn't be wanking without seeing someone on the other end.
You would think so, yeah. You
Because
would
I
think so.
wouldn't. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, I'll be like, no, come on, give me a bit. But
Like,
women, you know what I mean?
why? It's really weird to me that like when we have access to Pornhub and other things like that, some people are just masturbating left, right, and centre
Yeah, but you
all
want to
over
be
the
in
shop.
control, man. You want to be the dominator. I
In
mean,
control of what? The person on the other side.
yeah, you want to be able to like ask them to do things and stuff like that. That's why it's such a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's someone's niche.
Well,
I think
especially if
I'd get
like you
bored pretty
can't.
quick, man. It would be like watching Babe Station.
Yeah, I can imagine it probably does. Pornhub, you know what I mean? It's so much easier to do that.
Mm.
But I mean, if you ain't very good with women and stuff like that, and you can tell this attractive woman, oh, well, not tell her. You can be like, oh, bend over. It gives you that sort of feeling of just you.
This happened to the comedian Joel Dommett. This exact thing.
What, someone recorded him and tried to get money out of him?
Yeah, it's actually on Pornhub. Is him stroking away. Um, and it's happened to a guy at work. I think it's quite a common thing to get lured into these traps. Either you pay the person shitloads of money, but I don't think unless you've got a really like overly religious family or something, everyone just think, oh, he's been caught doing something silly.
Everyone masturbates, even if they say they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there must be a very small percentage of the world that actually doesn't masturbate, but everyone fucking masturbates. Yeah,
Exactly.
you don't want your family to see it, but I tell you right now, if someone gets money out of you that easy, they're not going to back off.
There
They'll
must be
just
people
ask for
that pay
more.
him. There must be people that pay him. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing these scams.
Yeah, I like who was it? Is it Sia, the woman that wouldn't release her face? The one was wearing wigs and that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she got someone tried to blackmail her with a picture of her wabs or something or her ass. I can't remember what it was, and
Hmm.
she just went on social media and was like, "Someone's trying to blackmail me because they have this photo. Here's this photo," and just released it herself. I was like, "Fair play."
That's what
That's
I
what I
would
would.
do.
Yeah, that's what I would
I
do
would
too.
release my wanking video onto all social medias and just be like, "Here you go. I'm getting ahead of the curb."
Yeah, what was it fucking matter? You know what I mean? Amount of people that you see every day now. I get. I'm going through Facebook and it says police officer was fired for having an OnlyFans. Teacher was fired for having an OnlyFans. So, well, they made more money anyway.
Did
Does
you
it
see
fucking
that
matter?
guy on the BBC? Do you know in the background of like news studios, and you see all like the guys working on the computers in the background while the person's talking? There
Yeah.
was a guy on full blown Pornhub in the middle of the day, and he got caught on live TV. And you just see his face. He just turns like that, and he sees the camera. He's like, like that. And I'm thinking, yes, matey boy got caught in the act.
That's brilliant. There was a guy I used to work with when I worked in the petrol station in Hitchin. He
Mm.
used to read the porn mags while he was waiting for customers. Just have it on the counter. Weird
Mate,
fucking
I
bloke.
had for very early on in where working where I work now. I had a guy training me. He's no longer working there, Probably for this reason. He was training me, and he used my Bluetooth speaker, and he was on Snapchat looking at like girls getting absolutely run through by like 20 blokes. And he had it on like the loudest speaker. And I'm trying to learn how to do this thing with a scalpel, like quite intricate work. And
Yeah.
he's like, all I can hear is like the clapping like that. And the girl going, wah, wah, like that. And he's just fucking sitting there watching that really loud on the thing. And then like the managers are walking past and there's full blown like porn sex going on. And I'm trying to fucking learn the job. I just remember laughing my head off. And you can't concentrate when something like that's happening.
No,
You just
absolutely
can't
not.
stop
I wouldn't.
laughing.
But yeah, I would just own up. Obviously, you got to, didn't you? Because they released a video. But just say, I was talking to a woman and it was going well, and she tried to blackmail money out of me. So I said no. And your family would be like, well, be smarter next time.
And like, obviously, I'm not. Well, I am assuming this woman's probably from another country, a poorer country, and they just assume that you've got money. If someone tried to blackmail me, they've got no chance of getting anything from me because
No.
I ain't got nothing to give.
No.
What do you want? I'll give you my rented car. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's rented.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't understand these people that like. If I had money to give to people, I'd be on like an actual website of webcammers, giving like tokens or whatever they do.
Oh, like ChatUbate and all that stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be finding someone that is normal to try and have a webcam thing with, because obviously I'm going to get blackmailed
for that type of stuff. I can imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine this too, because people don't they? I mean, they're on the webcam, but they're not giving it away for free.
No, of course not. Yeah.
So I dread to think how much the fucking
Mate,
price is.
sometimes I genuinely think we were born the wrong sex because I would have no inhibitions. I'd be only fanning it right up. I'd be
Absolutely, me too.
absolute millionaire. I've like, albeit to these women, like doing it. What do they call themselves? Like sex workers, or whatever. Because I'll be straight on that. If there was, even if there was a niche where someone wanted to see videos of me doing whatever and they're going to pay me thousands of pounds, mate, sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me
Oh
up.
yeah, absolutely. I would be too. My legs would
And
be
I
up
would straight up
fucking
tell my
my
mum,
head.
look, I'm making my bank. Don't
Do you
worry
ever
about what I'm
see?
doing.
Do you ever see that video of the? I think she's a porn star before like the OnlyFans craze, and she was on a podcast or an interview thing with her dad, and he shaves her pubes
Oh, well, that's a bit
before
far.
she
I think
gets banged.
that's taking it a bit far. There's fucking no need for that at all.
I'm like, how
Jesus
do you even
Christ.
have that conversation? Then why would you even let him? Like, he just got a delicate hand, like he's a surgeon or something.
And why is he saying? Why is he agreeing to it?
Yeah, he's on there just like, yeah, I support what she does, but she must be paid him a fucking ton. Could you imagine,
pay him to go and get a coffee for you or something? Don't pay him to fucking like trim the bushes.
he must have been on benefits or something like that, and she's got money, and she's like, I'll give him a job, and she's like, I'm tired of shaving my own pubes. Why don't you do it? I'll pay you £1,000 or something. And I'm like,
fucking degrading your own father to that point. If that's not daddy issues, what is?
It's fucking. But money's money at the end of the day, man. If my kid come up to me and was like, I am showing my gonads on the fucking webcam and I'm getting £1,000 a day, I'll be like, they want fucking father issues. I'll come on there and do it with you. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean?
I'll be like, how many cameras you got set up?
just set the whole house up. Just do a
Yeah.
full fucking. I'll walk around with my bollocks out. Don't worry about that.
Because there is that as well. I've seen websites of that where people have just got the whole house rigged up.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, one of the guys from Tell 'em Steve Dave, who's now like their honorary fourth member, like at the minute he's banned from the mic because there's a whole thing going on where the listeners have banned him from the mic and they have to like do a court case to bring him back onto the show and all this stuff. But anyway, that when they first met him, he done a lot of weird things because he actually got in with that show because he had their handle, like
Oh, I think you said about him
teleposteve.com.
before in a previous
Yeah,
episode.
he had his whole house rigged up with cameras, his entire house, and just was filming himself 24 hours a day, just chilling
Fucking
in his
hell, man.
house,
If it
and
was that
people were
easy.
clicking on it.
Yeah, they would do. It's like Big Brother, innit? When they used to do a live stream of them sleeping.
Yeah,
I don't.
and
Do they
people
still
were
do
sitting
that?
there watching it. I don't think they do the live streams anymore.
They that was back in like teletext. It used to be like there's a button in the corner and it will say press the red button for 24-hour live, and you press the red button and it would bring up this shit website on your TV.
Mm.
And people don't even know what teletext is now.
Yeah, I wonder if I spoke to my youngest brother and said about teletext, whether he'd understand what I'm talking about.
I don't fucking Logan wouldn't. He's mentioned before. He's like, I listened to the podcast. He's like, I don't know some of the reference you're talking about. I'm like, mate, you're only 19. I'm not that fucking old.
Yeah, well, Aaron once said to me when we got into an old car and there was a
You said
tape
about
player in it, and he put his phone in it. He said, "Is that going to charge it?" I was like, "You having a fucking laugh, mate?"
It's things like that that make me feel like I should just fucking dig a hole in the garden. You know what I mean? But yeah, don't worry about it, man. Like in a couple, it's probably by now it's probably blown over. It will just be like a funny thing that gets brought up at like your birthday or when you get married. Oh, do you
I
remember when
think
that
if
video
someone
went around?
sent, obviously my grandparents are dead, very morbidly speaking, but if someone was to have sent my granddad a video, I don't even think he would have figured out how to open it. So I wouldn't worry too much, mate. And if as soon as someone sees that it's a fucking big wanking, they're not going to be interested. They're going to turn off pretty quickly.
Yeah, no one really wants to see it. So they probably saw it for a second and fucking cut it off.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, it's a shock, but live and learn. Things happen, you know what I mean? But everyone masturbates, man. Everyone
Be
does
careful with the gal, damn. You have to fucking speak to the right people.
it. Can't trust no one.